It's the second book that I've released, my new book. It's Chicken Pimp's Guide to Business Planning. Now, chicken pimping is something that we talk about here at Blooming Health Farms, and it's not as bad as you think. It's really taking that atrocious word, that atrocious industry called pimping, and flipping it on its head and trying to reframe that language. It has to do a lot with who I work with, at-risk youth, justice-involved individuals. So language is really important, especially if we can reframe it from something negative into positive. So right there's a manifesto, talks about a little bit about what chicken pimping is, and it's got the values that I have utilized in my life to help those like me that came before me and folks also with backyard chickens. So this is what's inside the book. Yes, it is an ebook. There's some beginning stuff, the preface, before you read this, the introduction, the manifesto. It's really good stuff, it's real short. Lets you into our world a little bit more, a little bit about who I am. And then the book breaks down the business planning aspects for having an egg-laying chicken farm. You can use these principles in other businesses, other farm businesses or other areas. Most of the principles are universal, and there's tactics and strategies in here that are very specific to those of you that have chickens, for those of you that have small-scale operation and want to grow, or you're in your backyard and you want to make more money. So the first thing that we want to understand is our capacity. How do we do this? Then we want to define our products. Are we selling eggs? Are we selling chickens? Are we selling something else? Now, we've got our marketing and sales. So, who's going to buy our stuff and how are we going to sell it to them? What ways? And then operations. What are we going to do and how are we going to manage those things that coincide with treating egg-laying operation as a business? Then we're going to go over some of the financial planning, like what does it mean to take inventory of what it is you have, the budget that you'll need for an egg-laying operation of varying sizes, and to understand what numbers do I need to make this at least financially viable, to make it work for me. And then after, scaling, looking at it from how do I grow my business in the various different ways, whether that mean customer base, whether that mean I'm going to grow my flock, whether that mean I'm going to grow my brand or my identity. Then diving into sustainability and what does that mean from a business perspective. And I get a little bit deep with you in this chapter, but it's really good. It's kind of like a bit of an insight into my business philosophy and treating profits in perspective of how well we can treat the people on this earth and the earth in and of itself. Then we talk about community engagement. How do you engage the community beyond maybe just your customer base? What are things you can do to get attention for your business? Because if people don't know who you are, they can't buy your shit. When we talk about future planning, what does it mean to actually look, aside from scaling your operation, how are you going to plan for your future? And then a chapter on how to take action, so finalizing and executing your plan. Now there's some extra resources in the back, talks a little bit about Blooming Health Farms, so I'm going to talk that at the end because this is about you and your flock and selling eggs. However, there's some other stuff in here to consider. There is an accompanying workbook with this book. Now, that is one of the biggest benefits of buying this. You get the ebook, you get a workbook, and you get a bunch of worksheets and templates that allow you to talk through this entire book. So this is available as a PDF, and this is available in print coming soon.